General rules. First, you have attribute checks. This means you roll a six-sided dice, d6, and add the character attribute. As example, if Mila makes what is written here, a check against, let's say, 8 plus, you roll a d6, add the attribute. This was a check against agility. Agility, she have 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 or more, it's successful, so it's fine. If she roll less, like a 5, she would have failed the test. Then always round up. Sometimes it's said you get, let's say, the half of some credits and you get 7. The half of is 3.5. You don't write a half credit, of course, so it's get rounded up. So the half of 7 are 4 credits in this case. Campaign score. At the end of the campaign, you get a campaign score depending on if you successfully solve the campaign, of course, only. You get the level of all crew members. Okay, I'm now beginning. Let's say I have 5, 4, and 3. So 5, 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12. So I get 12 high score points. But if I play in real life, I get it doubled. In hardcore, I get it tripled. And I can note it here, right at the beginning of the book. I have here campaign high scores. I can note this was the adventure of Tom and Liz or whatever. So I know how good I was there. Capture an alien. Sometimes you not just want to kill an alien, you want to keep it for some quest. Then it's quite simple. You not should overkill it. So you can make it to have 0 to -2 health points, and he still be alive. If you lower, let's say you make a -5 attack at the end, and he gets to a lower health point rate, then he's dead, except he's a zombie. This is a special threat. And if you kept that alien, one crew member or hero is always occupied by taking care of the prisoner. So he cannot attack or do anything else until you bring it to the quest or master also. Crew member inventory, this is what I already explained. You can, in the chapter before, you can label it here, so you not have to write the entire entrance again. So if I now take the medkit in the hand, what I don't must, let's say I have a sword or so, and I switch the weapons, then I write the sword, here some R for the right hand, and maybe the assault rifle, I write a 1 for the first pocket slot. This is the same here. Overload, I can carry more as allowed. So if she takes a fourth slot item or whatever, she get a -1 penalty to all ranged and melee attacks. And if she carry two items too much, which is impossible because 4 slots is the maximum, let's say Paul carries something in slot number 3 and 4, so he get -2 to all ranged and melee attacks, which is quite bad, but maybe he just have to carry something heavy or worthy, whatever. Um, Removing a crew member. Of course, if you don't need a crew member, you can just remove it. You can keep his equipment, of course, or later in the shop, you can also sell him for credits. But in some cases, let's say you have already 4 crew members, you are not in a shop, but somebody want to join you. Then you maybe have to make a decision and say, okay, one have to leave now, you keep the equipment, and the other joining. Um, Running out of credits, sometimes you need to pay something. Let's say you lose, some event tells you you're losing 30 credits because your spaceship was damaged, but you only have 25, then you come to 0, note 0 here on your spaceship, and it's good, except the event tells you. Sometimes, let's say some bad quest master, whatever, he want to get money from you, and then it's explicitly written sometimes that you have to pay, let's say, 50 credits, and if you cannot pay it, then you have to sell a crew member per member 20 credits or whatever, uh, and some bad penalties happen. This is possible. Space stations and in space. These are here types of locations. We have different kinds of maps: space station, overland, underground, mining station, in space, and core planet. And in core planet, of course, you can have an atmosphere to breathe. not breathe, not just inside, outside as well, underground as well. But if you are on a space station and you are outside, here, atmosphere outside, AO can't be breathable. Here the same in space, AO can't be breathable. You can in space never breathe, of course. Makes totally sense. And unconscious and killed heroes. If a hero get lowered to minus up to -3 health points, he's not dead. He can be resurrected or on board of the spaceship be resurrected, all fine. But if he comes to -4 health points, he's killed. So instantly. Of course, you can collect later on the equipment with actions if you are in ground combat, or after ground combat, you can pick it up anyway, but he will be dead and cannot be restored, except magic happens. There are some cases where something like that can happen, but usually not. Then important, a leader. You have to define a leader always, and define now for this tutorial. I use Lex as my leader. You can change it normally. I guess I would keep it now just so it's always Lex. But if you read events, sometimes you have to make charisma checks or some melee combat, depending on the events and what happens. And one of your heroes is always the front man or front goer, and this is important, so you have to define it in advance. If you read the event, it's too late to change it. So if you start reading, the actually leader will remain be the leader. Let's stick together. If you are at some maps in the dungeon exploration here, you cannot say two crew members going this way and one is waiting or so. The entire crew is staying together, always in one position. The only thing you can do is you can send just two or one for the dungeon exploration, so they make the trip and the others stay in the spaceship. And this is fixed then. So you cannot say, okay, now we need some backup. Please send one more down. This is impossible. So you define who going to the dungeon exploration and they go there. That's it. And we have a lone wolf bonus. This is applied if only one hero is left in game, the other are knocked out or killed, then they get some special bonus, more actions in ground combat, and so on. You can read it if the case happens. Normally, I want to avoid it. In this example, if you play with a ultra rich starfarer with the Luxus spaceship or whatever, the Elon Musk type guy, then you are alone at the beginning and you'd straight ahead getting that bonus, of course. And you have a few non-compatible items. This means a toolset or a German toolset cannot be used at the same time, of course. And the same as happens for, let's say, computer. You have some bracelet computer or some cyber implant for your brain. Other things doing the same. You can only use one. And also only one mobile transmitter may be carried by your entire team. This helps teleporting. So only one of those. All the standard item, of course, you can have multiple. Everybody can have a chainsaw also. This is no problem. Okay, that's it.